Do you know what it's like to want to change a behavior so bad, but you're so caught up in this behavior that it's developed into a disease and seems almost impossible to break? My cousin's girlfriend was 21 years old when she found out that she was pregnant. My cousin died shortly after from a heroin overdose. My cousin's girlfriend was also addicted to drugs. She was unable to get clean before her baby was born. January 13th, 2016, their baby was born addicted to heroin. Someone you know may be addicted to drugs or may have been born addicted to drugs. This is my cousin Austin, who had passed away from heroin. This is a graph here where it shows the heroin-related overdose deaths versus past year heroin abuse or dependence. As you can see, they're on the rise. More money is needed to help support Bridget's Path's nonprofit organization that provides inpatient care to infants who are born addicted to drugs and provides education and support to their mothers. Today, I would like to inform you on infants who are born addicted to drugs, how education and support makes a difference, and the benefits that this society makes. But first, let us take a closer look at infants who are born addicted to drugs. It's no secret that the epidemic has completely taken over our country. According to the government drug abuse website, one baby is born every 25 minutes addicted to drugs in 2012. According to the same website, that would mean that 21,732 babies were born in 2012 addicted to drugs. When a baby is born addicted to drugs, they develop adverse effects. Stanford National Children's Hospital states that this adverse effects is labeled as neonatal abstinence syndrome, otherwise known as NAS. NAS is a syndrome that relates to preterm birth weight, preterm labor. It relates to facial disfiguration and birth defects. On this graph, it shows that in the pink, that is the maternal opioid use, and in the blue, that is the newborns who are suffering from opioid withdrawal. They are both on the rise. We can help solve this problem by understanding the importance of education, support, and care. Education is vital for change. Bridget's Path offers classes on the science behind addiction, coping mechanisms, and how to care for these babies who are born addicted to drugs. These courses are taught by social workers, nurses, and other experts. In my opinion, I believe that schools need to really enforce what addiction is and educate our students on how that can affect your brain and your family. Nelson Mandela stated, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." Support is also very vital to changing. Bridget's Path offers support groups such as NA and AA, and they provide materials to mothers who cannot afford them to help care for their babies. In my opinion, a way that we can help support is by enforcing counseling on students who show signs of addiction or maybe their family suffers from addiction. Sabrina Bryan says, "You can do anything as long as you have the passion, the drive, the focus, and support." Therefore, with the right education and support, we can prevent addiction and prevent mothers suffering from addiction to make the same mistakes in future pregnancies. Education and support can provide many benefits. It can reduce the amount of people who are suffering from this epidemic. It can reduce hospital costs for babies who are born. It can reduce the amount of sick children and sick babies that we have. It can reduce the relapse amounts. It can increase employment and decrease the amount of mothers who are on welfare, and it helps those in need. As you can see here, in Ohio, there was 1,875 babies who suffered from neonatal abstinence syndrome in Ohio in 2014. These babies spend an average of 16 days in the hospital, which costs $56,000 per child in the hospital. 77% of these babies are born on Medicaid. There can also be really bad risks and problems if we do not take action. There will be an increase in the amount of sick babies that we have. There will be an increase in addiction and relapse. There will be an increase in infant mortality, an increase in unemployment, and an increase in welfare, and it will keep the sick sicker. With this, there will also be an increase in foster care needs and demands that are already swamped. Would you be willing to play a small part in making sure these babies, our future, are getting the help that they need and deserve to live? So please give babies a voice that they do not have. We can avoid this epidemic that has taken over our country and our loved ones, one donation at a time. Support our future, our children, by supporting Bridget's Path.